We're live.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are. I hope everyone's okay. Thank you for joining us today. We've got our lovely guest, Mitch. Sorry, I can't even speak now.
Mick.
Mick, I know. Who's Mick? Who's Mick?
Mick's
Mick
coming
Dundee. Yeah, Mick Dundee.
So thank you everyone for joining. We're going to be talking about a few things today, but I'll let everyone say hello first, and then we'll get into it. So I'll pass you over to Di.
Hi, I'm Diane. Lil Misty 84 on Twitter if you don't know me. And yeah, that's about it really. Oh no, I've got a YouTube channel. You've passed the nervous button on. Yeah. Speaking with conviction. Yeah. On to you, Mitch.
Oh, thanks.
Say
hi,
Mitch.
everybody. Hi, Mitch. Yeah, hi, Mitch. Yes. Yes, I am the special guest today. Yeah, Team Stockdale on Twitter. So hello to everybody on the feed and such, and thank you very much for having me on the show today. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, Mitch. We've been really excited and looking forward to speaking to you. And all Mitch's links are down below in the description. His Twitter details are down there, and also his interviews with Fen and Julie on 80 More Things, and his interview with Paul Capaldi over on Paul's channel. So all the links are down below in the description. So today, obviously, we're here to talk with Mitch today about Making a Murderer. But before we get started on that today, you will see behind me, I've on my green screen, and I've put up a picture of George Floyd because we couldn't do this without talking about it, because it's such a tragedy that's happened. Basically, I'm sure everybody knows about it, but for anyone who doesn't know, George was arrested a couple of days ago on suspicion of forgery. And the police said that he was resisting arrest. Now, this was over a fake $20. It'd gone into a local convenience store and, allegedly gone into a convenience store with a fake $20 bill and tried to purchase cigarettes. And they informed the police. The police came along and they arrested him. Now, they say he was resisting arrest, but unfortunately, this led to them restraining him down on the floor. And one of the officers had his knee onto George's neck. And there was passers-by with camera footage filming what was going on. They could see he was struggling to breathe. George himself was telling the police that he was struggling to breathe. And subsequently, he died later in hospital. 8 minutes they had him laid down on the floor. And there was 3 other officers on looking. I'm not sure. I don't actually know if any of the 3 other officers, I don't know if you know, Di, I don't know if they were involved in
Holding him down
or whatever.
I saw a video earlier. I think there was 4 of them all together, but there's another 2 holding him down while the guy was kneeling on his neck, and one was standing there watching.
Yeah. And so obviously this is, it's absolutely,
it's murder.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's murder. And I want to emphasize the words on these were white police officers. And the reason I'm emphasizing that is because George was a black guy, as you can see. Now, I'm telling you something now, and maybe this is just my opinion, but if this had been the other way round, things would have happened a lot quicker. If it was a black cop and this was a white person, I'm sorry, this would have been totally different. Now, the officer who, David, what's his surname now? David.
It's Derek, isn't it? Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, that's it, Derek. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has been charged now with. Well, I've seen two. I've seen he's been charged with manslaughter and third-degree murder.
Mm.
Yeah, degree murder.
Yeah, but I don't know if anything's happening to the other three yet. But obviously,
I think people are uproaring for it to
that's
happen.
why and that's what I was just going to say, because now in Minneapolis there's all these riots going on, which obviously is not helping the situation. I understand everybody's hurt, and I understand everybody's, it's upsetting for everybody. But all the looting going on, if it's like a peaceful protest, but there's all kinds of looting going on, and
I think they tried to peaceful protest, though, didn't they? And the cops started like throwing gas cans at them and stuff. Yeah. And I'm not being funny, and this is also my opinion. Like, this reaction this reaction is based on people's years and years and years. Yeah, exactly. Right, first-degree murder. And this anger that you're seeing playing out now is people. This is like ingrained behaviour that they've had to tolerate.
Yeah,
they've been murdered for years. Not just George. George is just one person this has happened to.
Well, over a 20, right? Even if he did, okay. Let's just say it was. Let's just say it was a fake $20 bill. I just saw somewhere in the comments, I think it was Finnegan, how many of us could have one in our possession now and not know? Even if he did, even if it was, so what? It's really what we're doing now. Are we just killing people just over a fake $20 bill? Yeah. And what concerns me is we've got good friends here, Linda and Rhonda. They're both here in the chat. They're living amidst this. They're right in the heart of it, and it must be terrifying. Yeah. And I just couldn't not come on today and not even talk about it, because it's so shocking and upsetting.
Oh God! What are the autopsy results?
Yeah. The autopsy results are shady. Yeah. So
I haven't seen them, so I don't know.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen them, but
I bet they'll try and get out of it, though.
Of course.
They'll try and say something like, "Oh, it's an accident. He didn't mean to like suffocate the man to death with his knee." We were talking about this last night, Jane, and about like how in this country we have like proper standards of how you restrain somebody safely. Yes. And you have to make sure that it's the least restrictive option here.
Yeah. And
they did that based on the fact that there was a Winterbourne. I don't know if any of you guys know about Winterbourne, but it was basically an inquiry that was done, and it was found from that inquiry that they were using like restraint as a way to abuse people, and those sorts of things brought in strategies and new policies and procedures to be put into place. And also, like I said to you yesterday, Jane, like there's been deaths in this country as well, in the UK, and that's caused change. Like, it disturbs me that it takes a death to make a change.
And of course, yeah. It's always the same. It always takes that extreme measure, and then they make the change. Well, I'm sorry, that's too late. It's just too late.
It is too late. But this is the time now to make those changes. They need to make sure that if you're going to restrain someone and put them into handcuffs or whatever, that you're doing it reasonably. That the officer hired the same lawyer that the officer who shot
Philandro Castillo hired. That says it all. Oh, well, so I'm assuming that he's another. Oh, I think, yes, I've seen that name before. Is Eric Ozzy, is this someone else who was killed by police? I think. I could be wrong. I just recognise the name. But have you any thoughts, Mitch? What?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Fenn probably knows about this too, because we both live in Ohio. the rioting and the looting and the destruction of property is happening in Columbus, Ohio, and that's about 30 minutes from me where I live.
Yeah,
so it's getting, the aftermath is happening close to here. It reminds me, it just kind of shows my age. 1992, the Rodney King riots in Los Angeles. After police officers there were acquitted for excessive use of force and beating him, and the people went nuts. I have no problem with protesting verbally and speaking your mind, but this behavior of destroying property and looting, this is not about George Floyd. This is just a bunch of people taking advantage of the situation.
Exactly.
To me, that's just very, very, very sad.
Yeah. And it's not good. I mean, it's bad enough what's happened anyway. And like you say, fair enough, have a peaceful protest, be angry, everyone's hurt and upset, but it's the looting and the destroying, it's just not good. And it just worries me, like, for this, we've got Linda and Rhonda who live there, and I've been messaging Linda because it makes me so sad, and I just worry. So sorry, Di, what were you going to say?
I can't remember.
Sorry.
I will say thank you to Eric Jose there. He agrees with me. Thank you. That's one.
Yeah. Well, I think we all do. Yeah. We all feel.
I agree with you there, Linda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was just about this video that I saw that was shared earlier on. I think his name's Killer Mike. He's a rapper, and he's on. I retweeted it anyway, and he was doing like a speech from Atlanta, and it was all about like how people are angry, but you need to go home and really consider it. Like, consider what you're going to do with that anger, rather than going out and smashing up the place and burning things down, which that's how you feel. But you all need to collectively get together and strategize so that you can make changes, proper changes, because that's what needs to happen. And burning things down, smashing things up, yes, that's how you feel, but it's not going to make the changes.
No,
and
certainly not.
So that's what people need to do right now. They need to go home and make the right choices when they're voting for people, making sure that they're getting people in who are for criminal justice reform and who, against racism and stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's quite, and Mr. Floyd's family, I wish they would step up and try to, verbally say, get the people to calm down. And right now, some of the interviews I've seen, they're egging it on, and that's, it's a tragedy, yes, but like I said, this behavior there's no excuse for it whatsoever. Even after he was clearly murdered. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
This third degree murder charge is a joke.
Yeah.
It's because he's a cop.
It's like a token gesture.
This definitely. But here again, this is just the beginning of it too. This is going to go to a grand jury, and as well, and be reviewed. And I think we're going to see a heavier charge. I think it's going to step up to second degree murder. Myself,
it should do.
Yeah.
It should do.
Yeah. First degree murder in the United States requires a premeditation. So this was they were going on a call, and then it happened. This cop wasn't thinking about it hours before.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill Mr. Floyd. So that's why it falls out of the parameters of first degree murder.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's just awful. It's just I put just over what it's over. I mean, it just.
At that point, that I think the worst thing is that, I mean, it's not the worst thing. One of the things is the fact that one was just standing there, like I said to you. Oh, whoops! You dropped something. Something's dropped on your screen.
There we go.
There you go. I was just saying that, like, that one of the worst things is the fact that he's no longer a cop. Yeah, none of them are. They've all been withdrawn, haven't they? Well,
Yeah,
fired.
he got fired, and he's getting divorced already too. His wife is already bailing on him.
Is she?
Wow. Yes, absolutely. On Derek. Yeah, yeah, his wife. So, which leads me to believe that there's a possibility of history of this behavior, violent history. Yeah. Something else is going on for her to bolt so quick.
Well, that's what I wonder. I mean, like, what position was he? What position was he in the police force? Like, was he in charge of them guys who were there in front of him? Like, not that it matters, but the thing is, that person who was standing there watching, like, they should have been the one to see that this was not right and to push him out the way and just say, like, you know, if you're not listening to me verbally, get off him, which that wasn't happening either.
No.
Like, you need to get up.
But isn't that when you've got in a situation like that and someone's being restrained? I mean, over here, you can't just restrain someone with one person. You have to, and that's why they have to wear body cams nowadays in the UK, because so that they can see.
In the prisons, they do, yeah.
And so that's why they have to have more than one officer. Now, when them other officers are just standing there, not even giving a shit, and they're just egging him on.
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend
what's going through your mind.
What are they? They're standing there. They know. They can hear him pleading. They can hear him saying, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe."
Yeah. But you know what though? I saw a tweet on Twitter the other day about somebody going, "Oh, if you can speak, you can breathe," and that is a fail right there. Like, you can be gasping for your breath and still be able to get air out enough to say, "I can't breathe." Like, if somebody's telling you, "I can't breathe," you need to move them. Like, I was talking to you last night, Jane. Like, I've been in a position where, because we had to do like restraint training as part of my nursing, so that you could be safe, that you use it as like the least restrictive practice, and if you really have to, you do it for the shortest space of time. And if you do it like in this country, you're not allowed to restrain someone in prone position, which is face down, which is what he was doing. And if you do end up in that position, you have to move out of it really quickly, because you can asphyxiate and die.
And and Fenn's just saying 2 of them were actively kneeling on his body. So there was more than one. That's what I didn't remember. I couldn't remember if there was one. So there was more than one.
Yeah, now he was 3 of them.
He was cuffed from behind.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
What's he going to do?
Yeah,
I mean, really, what?
God,
what? It's so shocking, and I'm so angry about it, and I've got I just want to shout and swear, and I'm just so saddened by it. And especially this has come from after last week, Walter Barton being murdered, executed, and they wouldn't even stay his execution. I was still livid over that. Then obviously the state, they say it comes in threes. Then the state's response came out. I was livid over that. And this happened, at the moment, I'm just sickened.
Yeah.
Sickened.
Yeah.
Because it's just so tragic. It's just, what the hell is going on?
I think everything, I think what is going on is the fact that these things have been in place and happening for.
Oh,
she jammed up.
Is that just I that's froze, or
she's I'm fine. Are you? I can see you fine, Jane.
Yeah, I can. I think Di's froze. I think
Di's froze.
Oh dear. Maybe she'll come out and go back in again. So let's just have a look in the chat here. So in the UK, he would have been dealt with by one cop using words, probably not even cuffs. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's so different over here. It's just.
There are, I mean, there's specific things that that police officers in the United States can and cannot do when a prisoner is cuffed. So I mean, let alone choking the man to death. But I mean, literally, as far as hands, putting their hands on them, they're very limited, of what they can do. So I mean, there's specific rules.
Yeah.
When being cuffed.
Yeah. Are you back, Di?
Yeah, can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just froze.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
I thought we all froze for a minute.
I know, me too. I was like, oh, but I could see you moving on there. It's fine.
So Sean's saying in the UK, the technique was known as pin down. It was the cause of several deaths of children in council care and was outlawed. It came to light during the Cleveland child abuse scandal. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Does it really have to take tragedies to, for them to fix up? It's just.
Yeah, that's
what
happens, isn't it? Naturally, something bad happens, and then it moves people forward to make a change.
Yeah,
which is disgusting. Really, that's what you have to go through. It's not, it's not like somebody can just say, "Hey, that's not right." Yes. That's our change.
Yeah. I mean, Rhonda have spoke about this, and there's just too much tragedy in the world in the moment. And all in the middle of we're in a global pandemic.
Yeah.
It's just shocking. Anyway, on to something a bit more positive.
Yes.
Do you want to go on, Di?
Yeah. So on the positive side of things, recently we have seen they've shared about Archie Williams, who was wrongfully convicted, and he was in jail for 36 years for a crime that he didn't commit. And he used to watch America's Got Talent while he was in his cell, like dreaming about going on there when he came out. And then I saw the link and I sat down. I was like doing some housework and I just sat down on my bed and I watched it and I just cried watching his story, watching him explain what had happened to him. And as soon as he started singing, oh my God, like that's what you want to see. Do you know what I mean? You want to see somebody like putting the passion through in the song and like changing the meaning of a song for you. Like, watch it. If you guys haven't seen it, go and watch it, because oh my God, like that man, he deserves to be there. He's a good singer, and then
he is. And I've put some links in the description below.
I also think it's really exciting the fact that as a result of that, Simon Cowell has become I know. He's become a what? What's he called? Oh, the word in my head. Yeah, that's it. He's become an ambassador for the Innocence Project. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, very.
Getting the word out there.
It was very moving. It was a very moving interview, performance, and I just think, incarcerated for 37 years, freed by DNA. And then, I mean, what a dream to come. You've been sat in your cell watching that on telly.
Yeah.
Think one day, and then there he is. I hope he wins. I hope he wins the whole thing.
Do you know what? Elton John's been sharing it as well, because obviously it's his song, but he shared it like he's already won, according to as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he has.
He's the winner.
Yeah, he has.
I read earlier that Elton John has invited him to sing at one of his concerts once he starts touring again.
Wow. Yeah, that's fantastic.
So good stuff. I pulled up some information about Archie because it's kind of reminded me of a case we all know very well. His fingerprints were, for Archie. 3 people testified he was asleep at home when the rape occurred. Fingerprints at the scene didn't match him. He doesn't even look like the other guy if you look at the mug shots, But again, the police and the prosecution had their own agenda.
Of course.
So it just was very sad. Yeah, very, very.
Yeah, sorry. No, it's all right. Go on.
No, say Jane,
Keep going,
you're freezing up, Jane.
Oh, was I?
No, I was just. Yeah, that's okay. No, it just sounds very much like the Avery rape situation there too. You know, when he had 22 people testify, you know, he was at a store miles away, and then the prosecution just goes, they're all lying. You know,
even though he had receipts.
Again, they had their own agenda. They have had receipts and everything. It's just very, very, very sad. Yes,
Very sad. Yeah.
You know, Thank God, you know, thank goodness for the Innocence Project again.
Yeah, again,
You know?
yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, without that, you know, and that's at least, you know, something positive this week. It was just nice to see that, you know, again, someone else, and then also this week, I don't know if you'll remember him from Mamathon, but Jason Strong kind of just celebrated his 5 years out. He's been, because he was wrongfully convicted, and he's just celebrated, you know, his 5 years of freedom. So it just makes, it's just something that, you know, makes you happy when you, because with wrongful convictions, it's always so depressing because it's always low blow after low blow, and you know, there's never any good news. And then when people do actually get out, you know, it's just a glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
For other people. So
So you've just got to keep fighting and keep and keep motivated, stay positive, no matter what comes through. Like, yes, this response that has just come in. Like, I mean, me and you spent a whole hour on the phone last night, didn't we, Jane? Just ranting at one another. Like, like I feel angry. But at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, you're trying to like cop someone out on procedures, yet you can't even get your facts straight. Like, it's embarrassing. So, and I hope whoever you are is listening. It's embarrassing. Like, you just need to do what's right and fix it, put justice back in its place. Its rightful place, because that's what it's all about. That's what it should be about.
Should be.
You present the facts and you apply the law to it, and then, you know, you see what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
What else is it? You're trying to trip up, because the way I see it is the one lawyer's trying to trip up the other lawyer. Like, that's all that is. It's a pissing contest.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to get somebody out.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No, it's fine. Swear away.
I just get really angry.
It is. It is. We all get angry over it.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything about the response, Mitch, or?
No, it did, but it just like it's just sad that we have to do things like this, that there's so many innocent people that are incarcerated, and you know, and we hear the great stories afterwards, and some of their attitudes are amazing considering what happened to them.
I mean, look at Ricky Kidd. He is so positive.
You know, with Archie.
And Archie. I mean, they're all so positive, and I just think, you know, I don't. If it was me, I don't think I could be that positive.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'd go insane.
It'd be difficult.
I think I would actually go insane if I was in prison for something I didn't do, and there's nothing that, I mean, what a helpless position to be in. And that's what bothers me so much, the fact that, like, the people who put them there don't care.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't.
And that's what I was saying to you yesterday, Jane, because like we were discussing like the differences between Ryan Ferguson and the Stephen Avery case. The difference is, like, Ryan Ferguson was a target, whereas I mean not a target. He was just like, they decided they were going to convict him, and then Stephen Avery, the state hate him. Yeah. So like, that's what he's up against.
That's it. You've got
exactly.
You know. And how do you fight that?
Tooth and nail. Just keep on going.
Yeah, I like that, Rhonda. You know, there's the amazing stories do give us hope. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's how we keep going. And I don't want to be down on, you know, Stephen's case and everything, but it's just when you see how they well, just from the brief, the response, I just think, will you? I just want to say, will you shut the fuck up with your procedural fucking bar? Go shove your, sorry guys, but that's how many times was that quoted through that response. I think it was Jerry Butin that tweeted procedural bar.
Procedural bar.
Yeah, procedural bar. Over and over and not. He.
I thought it was really funny. Like the opening page was, well, we didn't like your order, so we reordered it so that we can make any sense of it, and then we put it in our own order. So there, it's like, honestly, if you're going to bring sex, bring it properly. Like, it's like an embarrassing dad dance.
Yeah, they're just so lame. But then the worst part about it is legally. From a legal standpoint, the procedural bar issue, that they are not wrong, which makes it even more, depressing, because what they are saying is true, but really, it's a technicality.
And hopefully a judge will look at that. I mean, I don't know I don't know if a judge has to look at that and go, well, yes, you are right, so let's just cancel the whole thing down. Like, I hope they've got more about them.
Yeah.
I hope that they can say, well, no, actually, let's look at the merits of the case. Yeah.
That's all we can hope. All we can hope is that the Court of Appeals just have a bit of decency about them. And they don't just dismiss it altogether based on the procedural bar, because they could just dismiss it on that alone, and that would be just so.
That doesn't close the whole thing down, though, does it?
No,
that's not the final option.
No, of course not. No, it just means, back to square one again.
Yeah, I read a nice thing this morning in Newsweek. It was a quote from Kathleen Zellner about the state's response, and her quote was, "It means nothing."
Yeah.
It means nothing, and I agree.
I can't wait to
read it.
She's not intimidated.
I mean, it was a waste of time. If I get, while we're in that right there, talking about the response a little bit, I wanted to give a special shout out. Okay, I got a present the other day here. This is my big announcement. Okay, on Thursday, I got a big, nice present. It came from Josh Cull and Lisa Comfort, the people that wrote this wonderful response that we're all just absolutely fine. It's comedy gold. I wanted to thank them both for sending me a special version of the state response right here. And I get on camera there.
I love that.
We got poop. We got poop here too. There's the poop. So.
It's
right there.
Yes, Mitch.
I want to also thank them very much, because since I received that, to use my friend Jane's words, I have taken 3 horrendous shits and used this magical stuff to wipe my ass, and it's wonderful. So thank you, Wisconsin. Jesus.
Mitch. That's hilarious. That's brilliant. Well done.
Thank you. That was definitely lifted up my mood.
Definitely.
Thank you. I will have to say I have to thank my wife. She made this. My wife Barb made this. So thank you, Barb.
Well done, Barb.
So she did that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
Thank you. So, I got the, those of you who saw me on 80 or listened to me on 80 More Things and saw me on Paul's and over on Making a Murderer, I've had the pleasure of, working with the courts here in Ohio and meeting some great people and bouncing off their opinions off the Avery case. And what I did this week for the both of you is I went back and talked to them all again about the Avery case. So I don't mean to step on your toes here. Are we doing okay here? I mean, did I
No, carry on.
Go for it.
We want to hear what you say.
We want to know.
Okay. First of all, I was told, when I've talked about my friends before, I always use the word buddy and so I've got permission to use their first names.
Okay.
So this time around. So I'm going to talk about my friend who is the judge, and his name is Dave. Okay. And he read some of the state response. He didn't get to read the whole thing, but I want to quote you what he said about the state response. So here we go. The new state response from Wisconsin is a book of misdirection and vague responses. The state emphasized more on what Avery said rather than providing proper responses and legal precedents. Legal precedents must provide direct wording to be used to challenge the claim. Just because a legal precedent sounds like it's relevant does not make it so. The state's response means nothing. Like I threw Kathleen Zeller's thing at the end there. So that's what a judge's opinion on the state response right there. Did not like. He said it was garbage, just garbage. So I wanted to throw that in right off the get-go there. Nice picture you're showing there.
Okay, my face is there. Oh my god, I look like I've got toilet roll shoved in my cheeks.
Oh, I love that photo.
No, I love it as well. Just look, like my face is really big.
I know. I do as well. Actually, look.
We all slim down. Oh, I love that though. That was so great. That was at the True Crime event.
The True Crime event. Yeah, amazing time.
Yeah.
So, I did promise somebody. I real quick here. I want to throw this in. I forgot about this. I have a special shout out to somebody here. A new friend of mine. She's a truther, and she's behind us all the way here. Her name is Shayna. So Shayna, I told you I'd say hi to you. So there's my hi.
Hi, Shayna.
I'm sorry. Hi, Shayna. Strong advocate for Stephen and Brendan and justice for Teresa.
Yeah, man.
I know, Eric. I don't know why it's doing that. It's annoying me now because since I've changed it. But anyway, we're good. We're good. It's fine. Oh, I put the wrong one up.
Jane, you're raining.
What is it, Linda says? Linda says, Linda calls hers low budget Linda. I don't know what that is, but mine's, I don't know I don't know how to change it. And I had it all set up for me, so.
What, the green screen?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fine, man. I know there's a bit of like scratchy in the corner, but you can see.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
The other pictures before.
Who are those beautiful women?
It's Jerry and Jane.
I don't know.
Boo. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to change because it's annoying me.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
I think there's something slipped down. I think that's what it is.
No.
Because earlier when your camera fell and you changed something, it fixed it. So
let's see if it does it. Let's try that one. Oh, no, that one's. Oh, I don't know.
The two Janes.
Yeah, something's. There we go. I think. Anyway,
Sharon said she thought it was one of your TikTok challenges. I'm guessing she's talking to you, Jackie.
I've not done a TikTok for ages, and there's a new one that
How do you even do it?
There's a new one that I want to do, and so I'm gonna do that soon.
Cool.
There's only a slight bit of rain now, anyway. So, anyway, sorry. So, where do we? So we've got a few topics that
yes
we wanted to discuss. So, do you want to start with? Actually, no. Go on, Di.
Yeah, so the first one we're going to be talking about is the 7 searches and the 1 warrant. You said you wanted to talk about that, Mitch.
Oh yeah, I got to bring that up again. That's absolutely I'm killing with my notes here. I wrote a bunch of notes this time because, like I said, I re-interviewed my friends here. So okay, well, but talking to Judge Dave, search warrants in the United States are very specific, and they require what's called probable cause. But you also have to put exactly what you're looking for. It can't be vague, and generalized. They have to be very specific. Now, as we all know, there were 7 searches of Stephen's trailer. But looking through court records, there was only 1 warrant application for the trailer. According to Judge Dave, he has never, ever, ever heard of an allowance of 7 searches of something off of 1 warrant. So,
is there somewhere where it says that?
I'm sorry.
Is there somewhere where it says that there was 7 searches off the 1 warrant? Because I thought about this and I wondered whether there were other warrants that we just haven't seen.
Possibly, but they went back to the judge and he gave them we got their excuses, if you remember right, saying, "Oh, we need to go back and do this," and he allowed it without another warrant application. So that was very, very lenient. And Judge Dave said he would have never ever, and if it happened and they came to his courtroom for the warrant, he would have never allowed them to keep going back like that.
Go back.
Yeah.
So there would have to been applications and reasons why. So that was just one of, of course, as we all know, there's a million things wrong with this case, but that one certainly sticks out like a sore thumb to me. The latitude they were given for the searches. So
oh, Eric, that's a risky comment.
I can't have my Botox, Eric. We're in a pandemic. I can't have my Botox. Sorry, Mitch.
No, you're fine.
Eric's just being cheeky as usual.
Nothing new, huh?
No, nothing new.
No.
So, and then the fire pit temperature and the fire pit.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Let me go to my note here too, because I talked to a mortician, who's been in the business for 30 years, and he does cremation. So, this is what I'm working off notes here because, like I said, I wanted new information. Yeah. Okay. A cremation here, it requires 1400 degrees Fahrenheit or 760 degrees Celsius. And this must be done at 2 to 3 hours to cremate a body. Now, this just leaves a skeletal body frame. It doesn't really, leave little pieces like we saw the evidence boxes there were bone that they said and such and such. So, because the body has to be cooled, and then they basically put the skeletal remains like in a blender. A cremation service does, and that's what, and then the remains is what they give to the body. Now, a fire pit and those trash cans that we saw that were supposedly used. Okay, fire pits create 500 degrees Fahrenheit to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. They're not contained like a crematory, so the temperature is constantly going up and down.
Which is what they were talking about in American Murderer.
Yes, and Stephen claimed that they said in the trial, he's chopping up the body with a shovel. Think not. He could have got what he did, as well. So the big thing is the temperature and the time, and even the tires that they supposedly said he threw on there. Again, what we saw that they discovered afterwards, there should have been a lot more. So now, so there's a big problem with the temperature. And I think even Ripper did his own experiment back about that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
So when the state are trying to say that doing experiments like that are pointless, well, no, they're not actually, because it proves what you're trying to say. So, and it solidifies your argument. Yeah. So there.
Exactly.
Which is basically what they've been saying in their thing.
Yeah, and according to my buddy, his name is Bill, the mortician. Okay,
Bill.
named Bill.
Right on.
He said, if you were to burn a body in a fire pit, even with tires, he said, and somebody who weighed 200 pounds or less, and Teresa was quite small, as we know, you're looking at 12 to 24 hours just to get the skeletal remains. So time frame right there. You know, Stephen didn't have that thing going on for a whole day, according to their time frame of how things happened. So that's on that. That's what I got on that.
Yeah. Wow.
So hang on, what's Nan's life is just saying. So this is going back to the warrant application. Yet so many DAs on that site at one time, and the greasy dude saying he was there to help with them. Oh, was there to help them with warrant paperwork. It's all so much just so much bullcrap. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just trying to cover up their own tracks, aren't they?
They just
got a little echo there. So
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, carry on.
No, I was going to say, according to Judge Dave, basically every piece of evidence that Manitowoc County found in this case should have been dismissed.
Yeah.
There was a clear conflict of interest and a history of animosity between Stephen and Manitowoc County, because we're going way back, even before the rape, the rape stuff, even before that. So clearly they should have never, ever been involved. And their garbage saying they were just supplying support and equipment. Everyone who believes that stand on their head. They ran point. We all saw that. And every key piece of evidence was found by them.
Yeah.
The thing is as well, sorry to interrupt you, but one of the things it showed in Making a Murderer was them being asked, do you think it's a conflict of interest? And them saying no. At the end, there wasn't even it was just like do you think this is a conflict of interest? No. Oh, okay, moving on.
Straight no.
Come back, please. Is that really how you argue law? Because that's the kind of mentality you're seeing in the state response as well, where they're making statements about the things that have been raised, and then saying, well, like when they said that the blood spatter expert, I've lost my train of thought, but basically the things that they were trying to say, they're using their, well, that's not right, and then just leaving it.
Yeah.
Not giving it any substance at all. Sorry, on you go, Mitch.
Exactly.
Well, I was just going to.
No, it's okay. I think.
There was 5 days on the Avery salvage yard, and Sean brought up a good point. One of them was brought out of retirement.
Oh, they love that.
Out of retirement. What was his name? Oh God.
I know.
What's his name?
Who's a retirement person?
Yeah, someone will put in the chat. But yeah, I know who you mean anyway. He was brought out of he was brought out of retirement, wasn't he? So
yes. I could see his face.
I've got his name right on the tip of my tongue and I can't I hate this.
Anybody?
My brain. Bushman.
Yeah. Well, while you're thinking, oh, there you go. Yay!
Thanks, Catnet. Oh, she's a good one, Catnet.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. We've got
I think the only time
Herman.
The only time they screamed
they all
anything
came
about
out
conflict of interest.
They've all come up at once now.
Bush something.
So, right. So go on.
I think his first name was. His name was Harry. First name was Harry, right? Okay. Next. The only time they screamed conflict of interest is when they had Deborah up there, the county coroner. Then they screamed conflict of interest, and she had nothing to do with the rape conviction and trial. Nothing.
They just didn't want her because she was there and she would have been like an advocate for Teresa, and she did a job and she did a job properly, and she wasn't going to, carry on with their bullshit. So they just wanted her away.
Yeah.
They didn't want her.
So they screamed.
So they what? Screamed?
Well, they, Crest started screaming conflict of interest and all that BS, but Manitowoc County cops were all over this thing and testifying, but that was different.
Yeah, and it's all right for you to go and do your dodgy press conference.
It always is different, when it comes to that. They just wind me up so much.
Yeah.
No, really?
Sorry, Mitch. Carry on.
No, that's okay.
No,
yeah, thank you. So, and a couple, if we can, I'll go through my notes here. I talked again with my friend. I'll give his name, Phil. Okay. Who works with Aftermath, which is a crime scene company, a cleanup company, crime scene cleanup company. I've talked about him before when I've been on other shows. Okay, he elaborated a little more on a few things. Of course, number one is, Stephen Avery obviously had the world's best bleach because he managed leave no traces, in the bedroom or the garage, which is just wow.
Bleach.
Yeah, special bleach. Okay, here's the thing. Bleach leaves discoloration. So there was no mention of that at all as far as discoloration as well. Okay, to properly clean up blood, you need something that has it has enzyme solvents. That it has to be in the cleaner. Yeah. So that's found like in pet cleanup, like that stuff they use if your dog pisses on your rug. Cat pisses on your rug, to clean up your rug. So that's the kind of clean that you need, as well. So,
and he wouldn't know that, would he, Stephen? He wouldn't be keeping that in his cupboard just in case.
Well, he was Mr. CSI before there was CSI, remember?
Yeah.
So
I know, man. Wow. Put his name in books.
Here's another goodie. Concrete absorbs blood. Think of the garage.
Yes.
They tore up the floor. Nothing.
Yeah.
If Teresa would have been killed on that floor, there would have been blood absorbed in the concrete. So, nothing.
Yeah. And what did they find?
Another goodie right there.
Even though Ken Kratz tried to say that the luminol lit up like a. Did it, Ken? Did it really?
Yeah. Right. I don't think lit on Ken Kratz's himself, usually because he's got full of drugs or something. I don't know. He's lit. So, the garage, if Teresa had been shot in the head, okay, as we all have been told that's what happened, okay, the blood splatter, of course, would have been everywhere, brain matter everywhere. The garage would have been covered with phosphorus, calcium, sodium, and collagen. Again, nothing.
Are you sure it wouldn't have been covered in wooden paint now? Because, they tried to say that it went through her brain, and the only thing that they found on that bullet was wood and paint. So unless you can find that kind of matter spread out all over the place, and she was in fact made of wood.
And did you see what they was trying to say in the response as well, in the state's response, that how they never said, they never said that the
killing, how it happened. That riled me up somewhat rotten.
Yeah.
That it didn't matter the fact that she how she was killed. It was just the fact that she was there. Yeah. Well, actually, it does matter because you presented to the jury the bullet, the gun, the skull fragments with the bullet holes in, the DNA on the bullet. What else?
It was AC Rookie that in one of his tweets, because he's done some incredible tweets since the reply, where he's just totally contradicted what they're saying. He put where they in the trial where they said so.
Oh yeah, and now he shared it about the brain, the brain matter.
That's else what I was going to say. Yeah, they were saying well, never passed through bone. That's right.
Yeah, Ben's just said. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm looking down here.
Yeah, at close range. at close range. They had the gun, right there. Yeah, nothing, and that didn't. Yeah, come on, give me a break.
And nothing was found. Is that they're that good of clean up job? But it's like they said with they used like the rug doctor. Come on, I mean, and like even you were saying, Di, the other day, we were talking about the fact that because when they got Brendan to say, what did you do to her? And he was going through all these things, and he said he punched her in the head and they cut her hair, and not one like piece of hair was. Now we've both got an example of this, and in my case, it's not hair. It was my daughter's birthday last week, and my eldest daughter got her some of them confetti balloons, and they popped them everywhere. I'm still hoovering them up now.
Yeah.
Same hair. If you cut someone's hair, you're gonna find you're not getting it all up.
Oh, no,
I don't care how. I hoovered like 3 or 4 times, and I'm still finding these bits of confetti.
It's like I said to you, Jane, the other day when we were having that conversation. Like a couple of years ago, I had 2 dogs, and they used to be in and out of my car all the time, and the hairs, I mean, I've hoovered since then. Like, it's been a couple of years since I've been in there, but I've hoovered since then. And the hairs are still there. I'm still hoovering up their dog hairs. Yeah. No. And come on, if you're going to cut someone's hair, you're going to find hair.
Of course.
Yes.
They get everywhere.
It becomes magnetized, because, as you know, it sticks to everything.
Yeah.
So... I want to throw I know we're running out of time here, so I want to throw this in real quick about the bleach. Okay. They claimed that Stephen cleaned up the bedroom. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, as we all know, he put the dust back where it was, which is amazing. Amazing. Okay. Bleach turns the protein from semen and vaginal fluids yellow. Remember, they claimed they raped her on the bed. Okay. So the bed mattress and the bed sheets would have all had yellow stains all over them. None. Yep.
That's
so
interesting, isn't it?
It just how I'm not being funny, but that jury, I mean, for me, those types of things, that is reasonable doubt.
If they were given that information at the time.
Yeah.
I think the jury was tainted, as we all know.
Yeah, by that amazing press conference. Like, you couldn't do that in this country.
Yeah. No, here neither. Nowhere else here. It should have ended right there. That trial should have been moved immediately.
Yes.
Yeah.
According to Judge Dave. Judge Dave said if that conference would have happened here, that trial would have been moved far away.
Yeah.
Because
who would action that as well? That'd be interesting to know. Like, whose decision would it be to do that, and why wouldn't it have happened?
Well, Judge Willis would have had to agree to it, and of course the defense never brought it up for a change of as far as that is concerned because of Kratz. So it would have been Judge Willis to make that decision, and of course we all know about him.
Yeah. So it's a shame, really, that there's nobody to step in and go, hello, can we move the trial because your prosecutors just screwed everything up? Yeah.
And of course, when you have a father of a deputy on the jury, that's wow. And of course, now we're finding out now that there was the jury was definitely visited by cops when they were sequestered. And I would imagine they were, as we're hearing now, they were pressured.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because in the beginning, when they did a first sort of show of hands, it was 7 not guilty, 3 guilty, and I think it was 2 undecided.
Which that says it's a majority who don't think that he's guilty.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden,
unanimous.
It went.
unanimous.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, it'd
flipped.
be interesting to know what was it that made you flip over onto the guilty then, if you were so undecided.
Well, it was probably the officer that was taking them take out pizza or whatever.
Yeah.
There was
What was said
Pizza and
to
beer.
them.
Yeah, they were drinking alcohol when they were not supposed to.
yeah,
Oh Lord.
courtesy of the prize we get the press conference, his own fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, I
Definitely.
shared another tweet
Yeah.
earlier that Kathleen shared out a while back now about Ken being the prize. Oh, it made me laugh all over again, so I just thought I'm sharing that again. What a prize.
So. Oh yeah, as
yes.
as I refer to him, Predator Kratz. Oh, he just he's a beauty.
No.
Oh, the pizza was in
He's,
Brendan's trial. I knew it was. I knew it was pizza. I knew pizza was mentioned somewhere. I knew it was mentioned somewhere. So, was there anything else that you want? What about the key evidence?
Yeah, you mentioned that, but you.
Yeah, we did. Did we say about the key?
Yeah. Okay. Another. I'm going to my notes here. Okay, I've mentioned this guy before. Detective, seasoned detective, homicide detective. Name is Mike. I'm not going to say Buddy detective. This time is Detective Mike.
Mike Buddy. Yeah.
Yes. Very simply, there is no. In his mind, there is no such things as mini searches. If they're going to search something, they're going to tear it apart the first time. If that key was really there, they would have found it on the first search, not the third. So,
and we now know we now know how small that room in the trailer was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a tiny room.
Yeah.
I'm not telling me that wasn't discovered when they first, they all must have been blind. There was three of them. So
the thing that bothers me is the fact that they were sitting on the bed.
I know, isn't that like
what?
tainting evidence?
Yeah, well, I think the thing is,
yes,
like you're sitting on the bed,
contaminated a crime scene
of a rape and murder scene. In your opinion,
you're just sat there making your notes.
Yeah, But more to the point, when they said, because they went on to Dr. Phil to talk about this, and they said, like when Fassbender, was it Fassbender?
Yeah.
Went on with Ken Kratz, and they were talking about how there wouldn't be much blood if you cut her throat, and they could have just wrapped it up in the sheets, because I said that those sheets were wrapped up and burnt, yet weren't they taken into evidence?
Yeah.
I thought
the human neck has the major arteries in the neck.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So it'd still spray out.
There would be something. Yes. There would be something. It's.
Oh yeah.
You'd have found something. She didn't die in there.
No way.
Oh yeah, they would have.
7 searches. Come on, in that tiny room. 3 people.
And look, there's the key.
Finally, we found the key.
Oh, yeah.
And they knew immediately it was her. It was her car. It's immediate. It's Teresa's. It was Teresa's car. They knew immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this is what I was going to mention this. Rhonda's just saying about.
Did he? Oh, I haven't seen that.
But we laughed about this because we said it'd be funny to do a video like that with the Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shaking this. He was shaking it, but all the things stayed exactly the same. He took this cabinet and he shook it, and what was it? I have to say, I handled it quite roughly.
Yeah. I was slamming those folders back in there. Oh, were ya? Is that how you handle evidence, is it? You just slam things around and pull them out. And actually, you would be pulling that folder out with your gloves on. That would be bagged and put into evidence as well, because you'd have checked through all of that, and you wouldn't be putting it back in there. You definitely wouldn't be slamming it back in there. Oh,
yes.
Okay, excited.
Thank you. Yeah, on a real.
Sorry, Mitch. Go on.
Go. No, I'm sorry. With his lag, I'm sorry. We talk on top of each other. I'm sorry.
Fine,
I was just going to say, with a search, like Mike said, they are going to be so careful and so paranoid because they might come across evidence that they don't want to destroy or contaminate. And you're talking about shaking a cabinet.
Yeah.
Hello. Come on.
Yeah, and do you know what? Yeah, exactly. What they do in this country, if they're called to a murder scene, they suit up. They've got all their forensic onesie on, like the hazmat suits, goggles and everything, so they don't contaminate it with their own DNA. But those guys just rock up in their own clothes. It doesn't matter if my hair drops in there. It doesn't matter if I breathe on something and my saliva goes onto it. Well, actually, it does, because that's contamination of a crime scene.
Yeah.
Change your protocol if that's not how you do it. Sorry.
On a rant about these things, because it's just so annoying, and it's so obvious
Yeah.
for everyone to see. You don't have to be a lawyer, or you don't have to be a judge. You just don't have to, be anyone like that to realize how effed up this case is. There's just so many inconsistencies. It's just mind-boggling to think, like, people in Wisconsin actually believe, because they think, oh no, they'd never do that. They'd never tamper with evidence. And I mean, I have to admit, before I sort of got involved in all this, and before I started watching Making a Murderer, I would never have kind of thought that this kind of thing happened. But it's just amazing now to realize what does actually go on, and just how corrupt they are.
And that's what angers me. It's not the most thing that angers me, but that's something that really, really bothers me, when people use their positions of power to hold it over other people. Because that's what's going on here, and that's what's going on in a lot of the things that we're seeing in the media at the moment.
Yeah,
like what happened with George. That's abusing your position of power.
Yeah. And they do it because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And
not anymore. You can't do that anymore.
No. Yes, and how can people? I guess I don't understand how someone could live with knowing what they did was wrong. I mean, that wrong, that big.
I just don't know how. I don't know how I just don't know how they sleep at night. I really don't.
Same here. Yeah, that would be interesting. Super Mario.
Yeah, I clocked that, and that's why.
KZ had a look at the cabinet. I wondered, because somebody mentioned something the other day about the key in one of our chats on Twitter. They shared a picture, and I thought, I've been trying to think for ages about this 2003 key ring and how they link up together. And there's 2 blue lanyards. Is there 2 blue lanyards? Or is it just like they found it on Stephen Avery? Because that would have his DNA all over it.
Yes.
And what if it come off the 2003 key ring, and they put it on the RAV4 key ring? Nobody says the lie on search warrant all the time.
Yeah. I can believe that.
Yeah.
Colburn's wife sleeps with a gun.
Blind wife.
Blind wife. Oh,
He was a poor little Pinfold or whatever his name is, Penfold.
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah,
He does look like Penfold.
I would.
Yeah, he does.
I would imagine she sleeps with a gun in one cabinet and a vibrator in the other cabinet.
Yeah. Oh, we're awful, but
I know.
they deserve it. I mean, Tracy was just asking about Colburn suing Netflix. I think at the moment, last I heard.
Just a sec.
What was happening last I heard in that they were I can't remember. It's gone.
Hello.
It's still going on, is it not?
Yeah,
I think the COVID garbage down.
They went to court. I can't remember. I don't know. It's gone, but it is still going on. How far he's going to get with it? Well, who knows? Who knows?
I can't believe he's got the balls to do it, to be honest.
I know. I know.
I didn't know he had a set. I don't know.
Oh dear. This could get funny.
Always does. So, any more points that you wanted to bring up, Mitch? Was there any?
Oh, you know what? I think I hit some new highlights as well. If anybody wants to know a little bit more, everybody can find me on Twitter and just direct message me. And as one of our Nothing But a Stump says, I also provide therapy sessions as well. So I'll be happy to provide information and therapy same time. So
there you go.
Well, like I said, all Mitch's his Twitter is down below in the description, and I know the mods have Catnip's put it up there.
Team Stockdale.
Yeah. And it's going across on my little banner. I love the banners.
I know, they're great, aren't they?
StreamYard's
Banner's
great.
good touch.
It is a good touch.
Hey, a special shout out to our buddy Eric Jose. I'm still waiting for my invite. Hint. Thank you.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So, hang on. Isn't that pretty much over with AC suing Netflix? I thought he had to withdraw his case. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I haven't been following it.
I haven't been following it either.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, he had to withdraw his case, and obviously,
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Do you know that's interesting though? If he's withdrawn his case, and Ken's withdrawn from Twitter, everyone's backing off. What's her name? Winters withdrew from the case. Yeah. Everyone's backing off. They're all absolutely bricking it, aren't they?
I mean, it could be coincidental, or it could be the fact that they are all shitting themselves.
Yeah, I reckon.
So Mitch is.
I got some special wipe if they need it. If they need some wipe, I could help with the shit. So right there,
Oh, hang on.
I can help them out.
I think the Netflix case is still on. Next thing is in July, from what I remember. We'll have to look that up. We'll have to have a look.
Because, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure. I know it was going on, but I've not heard anything for a while. I think that's why I just can't remember. Yeah, Fallon's left. Fallon's gone on sabbatical, so God knows where he is. They are kind of.
Where do they all go when they disappear? Isn't it like California or something like that? They all disappear and they're found like living in a different.
It's awful coincidental that they're disappearing like this. Think about it. Fallon, Kratz is, shut his trap on Twitter. It's interesting.
Yes, that's the last thing. Thank you, Sean. That's the last thing I remember. Netflix asked for the case to be dismissed, and that was denied. That's the last thing I remember.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean.
Super Mario said, "Oh, that's where all the loo all went." Loo paper went.
Fallon is with the dead horse.
Flogging it.
Gratz has gone.
SpaceX.
Is that the?
I thought there was a weight limit on. There's a weight limit on those astronaut trainers.
Are we sure about that?
Well, if you're going on with Linda, Mitch, you'll be in very good hands.
Yeah, that was my first one.
I'm ready. Thank you. I'm Linda. I'm ready when you're ready. So thank you for the invite. And Eric Jose can take a hint from that.
And what time is it? Is it 1 o'clock our time? It will be. Fen, Julie, Travis, and Tracy are doing a live to talk about the state's response.
Yeah, been about 4 hours time.
Yeah, I think it's 1 o'clock. Is it 1 o'clock our time?
Yeah, so it's 9:15 now.
Yeah.
So
all go and watch that.
Yeah. There's loads of great videos going out there for the state response. Definitely. I think everybody just wants to talk about it, don't they?
Yeah, me too.
It's comical.
Me too, Rhonda. That much happens in like the case. You just sometimes you forget more than you remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so much going on. But yeah, I do need to find out about the Aldecon. Oh, I can't even get my words out now. Andy Colburn Netflix saga.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got it out. Oh, you got your Wayne's World cap on.
Wayne's World.
Yes,
excellent. Party time.
Excellent.
I haven't watched that film for years, Mitch.
Yes,
I had to beat him to death in his own shoes. His own slippers. Sorry.
We share quotes there on Twitter when we're DMing each other from Wayne's World. So yeah, good times.
So
no stairway denied.
Where is your mask, Mitch? Fen says.
Swing.
My mask. Swing. Showing. Ben, my mask is hanging in my office. It's hanging in my office. It's a decoration now.
I want one.
You're worthy. You're worthy. Get up.
You're worthy. Alice Cooper was great.
Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to ask before we go? Because we've been on just over an hour, an hour and 20 minutes. If anyone's got
Eric's just said drunk. Actually, I'm drinking water with a little tea bag in. Or a little rosy lemonade infusion.
Yeah. I haven't had a drink in almost 8 years, so there's water. Just water. So, sorry.
Woohoo!
I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking?
It's a secret.
Sharon Sunshine, the cream of some young guy.
It's a secret.
Oh my God.
Oh.
What is it, Jane?
Gin.
Gin.
It's my Saturday night gin.
I'm going to get the Guinness out later for our little party because I don't know if any of you guys know, we're all having a little dinner party later online, a few of us. It's going to be fun.
I just found something and then I lost it. There it is.
His next countdown.
Eric's next countdown. How long is that now? How long have we got to wait?
It needs to go on like tomorrow now.
No, Eric, you know.
Now's the time, Eric.
Eric, come on. Everyone is waiting. Yes, Linda, I've got a gin. Well, it's gone now. Nearly gone. Just a little bit of gin.
Sure you are, Diane.
The rest diet tonic. What was that?
Nothing but a stump said, sure you are, Diane. Lol. Yeah. No, I really am. Oh, Eric's gone on sabbatical.
Yeah.
That's where he keeps disappearing to. Sabbaticals left, right and centre. 30 days.
Well, if that's what it is, 30 days, then we'll be coming on as well. Because if this is his only one and only appearance,
party,
we'll have to share him. We'll just have to share.
Yeah.
Share alike.
Yeah.
Put on the banana man. Yeah, do you know what? Eric, why don't you put the banana man suit on?
Oh yes, that never got used.
You should do that.
Yeah.
You should put the banana man suit on. He has got one.
Yes.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah, and me. You took it on me, didn't you, Jane?
He didn't. He had it sent, didn't he, to hotel, and then because he'd flew, he didn't. Yes, Linda, we'll all do it together. Because he'd flew, he didn't have room for it, so it lived at my house for about a few months. But I've sent it back now. He's got it back.
So no excuses.
So no excuses. You can put the banana man. It's no one will see you. Just do it.
This has been a lot of fun, and thank you, Mitch, for getting all that information from your buddies.
I always love to hear
my buddies.
From Mike buddy, Phil buddy, Dave buddy. They're all brothers.
I always like to hear like the legal perspective. I know sort of different states have different laws and rules, but it's more or less all the same. And it's just good to have their perspective of them turning around and saying, well, no, actually, that just, we wouldn't do it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And we shouldn't either. But they seem to get away with it.
Good.
They do get away, and I just don't know how they get away with it. Look, Eric's keeping quiet.
It's just sickening. It's sickening that they do such a thing. So I'm fortunate that I work with the courts so I can get these neat perspectives. For people that really are when they're doing their jobs correctly. As opposed to some of the garbage we hear about and talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you go. Mitch, you have been great. Thank you.
Yeah, you have. Thank you, Mitch.
You're a load of crap.
Thank you, Eric.
Who Mitch, said that?
Eric, you've done amazing, Mitch.
Thank you, everybody, very much.
I'm just a shit show.
Thank you all for coming anyway and seeing us.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. And thank you for joining us, Mitch. It's been great chatting to you. We've really been looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, and we've had a great time.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. And thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you for posting all the links.
Yeah. Join us again next weekend because we've got another great guest coming up.
Yeah.
Which we'll be sharing on Twitter, so keep your eye out.
Thank you to everyone in the chat apart from Eric.
Eric's been blocked.
I love you really.
Yeah.
I love you really. We just wind each other up. I love that.
I know.
Shit.
Oh.
Mama H, love you, Mama H. That is brilliant. How's she done that? That is amazing.
Is it like stickers?
No, it's off a craft machine that she's got. I don't know what it's called. She's a crafter. So
wow.
Right on.
Look, Joris, it's
on
that toilet paper.
Yeah. It's called a Cricut. The machine's called a Cricut. That's what's called in the craft world. Cricut. So Yeah. So I am going to go right now and put this to good use. So thank you, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Peace
Thank you.
out.
Thank you, Mitch. Take care. Be safe. Yeah, don't.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, hit like, everybody, please.
like, share.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
bye, Ray.
Bye.